So good evening and welcome to the annual College of Engineering Alumni Celebration. Today's a great day to catch up with alumni, friends, and faculty mentors, and most importantly, to celebrate the broad and diverse achievements of our outstanding alumni. So my name is Rich Corsi. If you didn't know me, I'm honored to serve as the new Dean of the College of Engineering. I received my master's and PhD degrees here in civil engineering at UC Davis. I'm a proud Aggie and a proud graduate of the College of Engineering myself. My wonderful wife of 38 years, Gina, is here. Gina, can you raise your hand somewhere? Or not? She's also a graduate of UC Davis. She did her master's in computer science a long time ago and is also a proud Aggie. So if it's possible to be beyond thrilled to return to Davis, that's what both of us are. It feels like coming home after about a 32-year life journey where we were just kind of wandering somewhere in the fog, and we found our way home. So the College of Engineering at UC Davis is an extraordinary community. We're a community of faculty, staff, students, and alumni. And the achievements of our alumni contribute greatly to shining a very bright light and positive spotlight on our community. So tonight we will recognize and thank 5 amazing alumni with Distinguished Engineering Alumni Medals, the highest honor bestowed by the College of Engineering. These alumni include Michael Child, Connie Chang Hasnain, Prem Jain, Claude Lagou, who is actually right over here on the computer monitor watching us, and Stephen McCord. Again, the professional and personal achievements of these 5 alumni bring a special honor to the college, and so I want to thank each of them again for everything you do for our community. What you do is important. And before we begin the awards, I'd also like to recognize some of the campus and college leaders who are in attendance tonight. So please stand and remain standing as I call your name, and please save your applause until the very end, if that's possible. All right? So first of all, fellow engineers, Chancellor Gary May and Lachelle May. Prasant Mohapatra, who's the Vice Chancellor for Research. Prasant in back. J.P. Del Planck, who's the Vice Provost and Dean for Graduate Studies. And Rao Unava, who's the Dean of Graduate School of Management. Okay. Our college leadership, department chairs, and vice chairs demonstrate excellence in both teaching and research and help shape the next generation of engineers, of Aggie engineers. I'd like to ask all College of Engineering senior leadership and department chairs to stand at this time. Thank you. I also want to recognize my 2 colleagues who served as dean prior to my arrival, Jennifer Curtis, Distinguished Professor and Dean Emerita. And I have really, really big shoes to fill, I have to tell you. But Jennifer's left the college in fantastic shape, so thank you to Jennifer. And Jeff Gibling. Jeff served as interim dean and as an advisor to me for the past 2.5 months, and I can't thank him I can't thank him enough for all the advice that he's given and all he's done for me for the last 2.5 months. So thank you, Jeff. So thank you to all of you. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize our previous Distinguished Engineering Alumni Medal recipients who are joining us tonight. So if you can stand when I call your name. Carl Gertis. Brian Horsfield. Brian Jenkins. Ted Odell. and Bruce West. And it's now my pleasure to introduce the UC Davis Chancellor, Gary May. And I have a lot to say about you before you all come all the way up to the podium. So. Chancellor May is a highly engaged leader with a passion for helping others succeed. He believes success is best judged by how we enhance the lives of others. Throughout his career, he's championed diversity, equity, and inclusion in both higher education and the workplace. He's developed nationally recognized programs that attract, mentor, and retain underrepresented groups in STEM fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Chancellor May believes in the positive impact academia and industry have when they partner for the common good. His vision as UC Davis's 7th chancellor is to lead the university to new heights in academic excellence, inclusion, public service, and upward mobility for students from all backgrounds. Chancellor May earned his master's and PhD degrees in electrical engineering and computer science at UC Berkeley. And he's won numerous awards for his research in computer-aided manufacturing and integrated circuits. He traces his interest in engineering back to his childhood Lego and erector set days, along with Star Trek and science fiction heroes like Iron Man. So we are grateful that our Iron Man, Chancellor May, has joined us tonight, and please welcome him to the stage.
Thank you, Rich, for that kind introduction. And thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. It really feels good after these past 19 months to have in-person events again. It's just a lot of energy and excitement around that. And I couldn't be happier and prouder to recognize the alumni medalists that we honor here tonight. A few things make me feel more at home than being surrounded by fellow engineers. I love all of my children at UC Davis equally, but engineering has a kind of a special place right there. Yeah. Don't tell the other deans, Rich. Rao, you didn't hear that. Yeah. We are the community of inventors and problem solvers who improve people's lives. We're obsessed with building a better tomorrow using technology that is increasingly more powerful, efficient, and clean. At UC Davis, the college itself has played a critical role during the COVID-19 pandemic. In March of 2020, just as shelter-in-place orders were quickly being enacted, our researchers at the College of Engineering and the School of Medicine joined forces. They worked urgently to develop and produce ventilators, as well as 3D print test swabs and personal protective equipment. This is the kind of collaboration that helped identify and halt possible outbreaks on our campus. And even now, a multidisciplinary team that's led by faculty from civil and environmental engineering and the School of Veterinary Medicine are testing wastewater for evidence of COVID-19 virus in our campus sewer systems. These are just a couple of examples. It's clear that engineering plays a crucial role in the fight against COVID-19, from developing surveillance systems to identifying future outbreaks to making testing more efficient and advancing the technologies that make distance learning and remote work as effective as possible. So today I applaud the College of Engineering for preparing the next generation of innovators and leaders so well. Our College of Engineering provides students with the education and the tools that they'll need to succeed in an ever more competitive workforce. They're preparing for a world in which the rate of change is accelerating and the job market is increasingly global. Our engineering students benefit well from our interdisciplinary approach to research through collaborative graduate groups. Whether it's water management, climate change, or public health, or solving complex and critical problems, requires an ability to work with people of diverse backgrounds and a broad range of skill sets. This kind of collaboration is a UC Davis strength that sets our students up for future success. UC Davis graduates are already filling a pipeline of talent in engineering, software development, and biotechnology in Silicon Valley and elsewhere in the Bay Area, around the state, and around the country and the world. The Aggie touch that we give these fields is bound to grow, not just in California, but in the rest of the world. So I'm proud of all the alumni from our College of Engineering, and I hope you continue to stay connected with us. Your support empowers our students to be agents of their own success on our campus and in their careers. So this is a time to celebrate the past, the present, and the future of our great College of Engineering. This is also a time to celebrate one another and our Aggie community of engineers, one that's defined by its excellence, its creativity, and its unwavering tenacity. Congratulations once again to our alumni medalists, and thank you.
So thank you, Chancellor May, and we'll now introduce and honor the 2020 Distinguished Engineering Alumni Medal recipients. The Distinguished Engineering Alumni Medal, affectionately known by many as DEAM, which rhymes with beam, as in Beam Me Up, Scotty, recognizes alumni whose outstanding achievements in academia, business, and or public service bring special honor to the UC Davis College of Engineering. And this year, we're honoring 5 very special alumni. We'll begin with Claude Legoux, who was not able to join us this evening in person, but again, some of you can probably see him on the monitor over here. Claude is listening in from Ottawa, Canada. Claude received his BS and MS from the University of Laval in Canada in 1982 and 1986, respectively, and his PhD from UC Davis, all in agricultural engineering. And I should point out that Claude and I had courses together and were tennis partners at time when we were in graduate school. Probably Claude, yeah. Claude is professor of agricultural engineering at the University of Ottawa and is well respected for his teaching and innovation in machine design, soil mechanics, and environmental engineering. He has held many leadership roles at different universities throughout his career, including the Dean of Engineering at the University of Ottawa. So Claude did send us his thoughts on receiving this recognition, and so let's take a look.
Very good evening to my fellow Aggies and to all the friends of our College of Engineering. Tonight I'm speaking to you from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. My wife Liliane and I would have loved to attend this very special event in person on the beautiful UC Davis campus, but we felt that it was more prudent to stay home because of the ongoing COVID-19 situation. I'm very honored to receive this prestigious award from my alma mater, UC Davis, and the many people with whom we have crossed paths on and off campus during the 4 years that we spent in California in the late 1980s. I've played such an important role, not only in my life, but also in the life of our entire family. In fact, we wouldn't be where we are today, and we wouldn't have enjoyed all the rewarding professional and personal opportunities that we have encountered during the last 30 years and even more without UC Davis and our great College of Engineering. Being a graduate student at UC Davis some 30 years ago was a little bit like experiencing a condensed version of the United Nations. The trailer where I had a desk space behind Bader Hall, I met fellow students from China, from Iran, from the Philippines, and of course from California and other US states. In fact, I attended a few graduate classes with Richard, the new dean of the college, as he was also completing his PhD at the same time. Many of the people that we met on and off campus during those years have become lifelong friends to our family. We also have fond memories of all the other things that make the UC campus such a unique place, relaxing and cooling down at the rec pool during the long and hot summer months, especially by our standards as Canadians, playing volleyball with friends at the rec hall, cheering our Aggies football teams at the Toomey Fields. And we cannot forget that our oldest son, Georges, who turned 34, yes, 34 only a couple of weeks ago. Well, Georges, he lived the first year and a half of his life in Davis. My first thanks go to Liliane for all the love and support that she has given me during our almost 40 years together. When came the time to make our final decision, actually regarding the school where I would be doing my PhD, She had a clear preference for California over a certain state that I won't mention by name. So because of that, well, that made a key difference in the fact that we spent all those years in Davis. Also want to thank Dr. Brian Jenkins, a distinguished professor and chair of the Department of Biological and Agricultural Engineering. Brian was my supervising professor during my doctoral studies, and he's one of those lifelong friends from our years at UC Davis. Thank you to the College of Engineering and to UC Davis for this award that means a lot to me. Thank you to Leanne and to all those who have made my remote participation to this great event possible. And of course, congratulations to all the other distinguished engineering alumni whose exceptional accomplishments we're recognizing this evening. Thank you again, fellow Aggies and friends of UC Davis Engineering. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and more importantly, stay happy.
Great. Next, I'm pleased to recognize Mike Child. Mike received his Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering from UC Davis in 1976 and his MBA from Stanford University in 1980. For more than 30 years, he has served as a senior advisor for TA Associates, a large global growth private equity firm. Mike has served campus in a number of roles over the years. He served as chair of the UC Davis Foundation Board from 2014 to 2016. He's currently an executive trustee and serves on the investment committee. He is a former member of Chancellor May's Board of Advisors. Mike has also been integral at the college level, serving as a member of the Dean's Executive Committee for the College of Engineering. I believe he's technically a committee member emeritus now, right? Correct. Advising the Dean about fundraising goals. He's previously been on the Graduate School of Management Advisory Board. Congratulations, Mike.
Thank you, Dean Corsi. I'm thrilled to be here tonight in such a wonderful setting, and I'm honored and grateful to be the recipient of a Dean Award, along with my fellow recipients. Thank you, Dean Curtis, and the Dean Committee for the award. As a casual tennis player for many years, I've recently noticed that players no longer have just coaches, they have teams. So in that spirit, I'd like to give thanks to the team members who've helped me along the way. First, I'd like to thank UC Davis and the College of Engineering for accepting me. That wouldn't happen today. From the first days on campus, Davis turned out to be a great fit for me. I had wonderful classmates and dorm mates. Let's see, where's Prem? And you can see we give thanks to the design team, the textile group, because they dressed us. And that's why we were sort of among the best looking engineering groups in the world. But I had wonderful classmates and dorm mates, and we helped each other get through the labs and the problem sets. And I give thanks to Dean John Kemper and Dr. George Branner, who helped me decide on electrical engineering for my area of study. Second, I'd like to thank my family. My dad was a UC Berkeley mechanical engineer, and he instilled a love for the UC system in our family. We would go to the Lair of the Bear, and we grew up always wanting to go to a UC. And thank you to my wife of 41 years, who I met in the freshman dorms here. That was unbelievably lucky for me, maybe not so much for her. And we've also had 2 daughters who were able to attend Davis and continue our tradition. Third, I'd like to thank my partners at TA Associates, where I've worked, and the CEOs that we've worked with over the years. These individuals have given me a deep respect for the entrepreneurs who step into the ring and give us all faster, better, cheaper products and services while creating opportunities for the rest of us. So thank you for this honor, UCD College of Engineering. You've been an important part of my life for many, many years.
So So next we honor Connie Chang Hasnain, our next Distinguished Engineering Alumni Medal recipient. Connie received her BS from UC Davis in 1982 and her MS and PhD from UC Berkeley in 1984 and 1987 respectively, all in electrical engineering. Since 2014, Connie has been the Associate Dean for Strategic Alliances at the UC Berkeley College of Engineering. Connie's made pioneering contributions in semiconductor optoelectronic devices and materials and physics with a focus on nanophotonic materials. Her research achievements are reflected in her publications, numerous scholarly citations, and awards. So Connie, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Chancellor May, Dean Corsi, distinguished alumni and guests, and UC Davis professors, and maybe students. I don't know whether there are any students, but anyway, thank you so much for this award. I first want to thank College of Engineering and Dean Corsi and the award committee for granting me this coveted award. I feel honored and very much humbled. In fact, I feel like a dwarf comparing to many of my fellow recipients this year, as well as the past recipients. And it's really a great honor. So I also want to, by the way, thank Leanne for arranging the great sunset and beautiful weather and this great event. Your staff has been, you and your staff have been wonderful. This is incredible during this pandemic, and that we can pull an in-person meeting and enjoy the networking event. Thank you so much. So as I mentioned when I was interviewed by Leanne, I spent 2 years at UC Davis, and that 2 years had been transformative. Now, I was a transfer student from a community college because I was an immigrant, fresh off the boat, so to say, and had severe language problem, language difficulty. And I truly benefited from this great engineering school at UC Davis, with excellent professors and teaching assistants who were just passionate about their subject, their work, as well as eager to help, eager to mentor. That was so critical. And I had so many smart classmates. You were so great to share your picture. Unfortunately, our class didn't really quite do that. I don't have all the photos together with my classmates, but they were so helpful, especially to a transfer student from a community college. In fact, they were here and I was here, and I had to copy a lot of, by the way, homeworks. But they taught me though. I learned it. I did learn it. But they were so eager to share, and I love their kindness. But what I really enjoyed was this great neighborhood of UC Davis, or Davis itself. And I felt being accepted as an outsider. That was so critical. And I think UC, University of California, actually as a whole shares that, but Davis really has a special place in my heart. The neighborhood and the just common people you meet on the street were so kind. So if I had one word to describe Davis, that was kindness. People were so kind. And so I want to particularly spend a few minutes to thank my professors, if you don't mind. I may take more than your 3 minutes. I want to thank first Professor Andrew Dinas, who taught me electromagnetism and lasers, but most importantly, he told me to look at problems hard and look at all the physics behind it and never feel shy to ask a question why that is so. And so he also taught me how to dream big. And that allowed me to accelerate or to excel. And I want to thank Professor Ron Suhu. One day in class, he taught me microwave circuits. One day in class, he wrote an equation, S equal to I times D to the 6th power. Guess what it is? S is success, and I is intelligence, and D is diligence. So in one word, in one sentence or one equation, he outlined the most important quality to achieve, that is diligence, and never give up. I want to thank him. Professor Rick Brenner, who taught me microwave circuits, and devotion means no matter what, you just do it. And even means 25,000 miles per year on his car, because as you know, he had a full-time job at, yes, and he commuted every Tuesday and Thursday, and actually he ransacked quite a few cars on the way because it's just too many miles. And then Professor Mike Soderstrand, who taught me digital circuits. And he taught me one thing. If you want to find him and make an appointment, you have to be at Brenner Hall at 4 a.m. because that's when he arrived. So you can catch him all the time. So I really learned so much from all of them. And altogether, I learned 3 most important things to be a great Aggie and great engineer. I'm not a great one. I'm just still learning, and I'm aspiring to be one. That is diligence, perseverance, and focus. And I want to really thank them for changing my life. And I also want to thank my students, by the way, and postdocs, former and present, and at Berkeley and Stanford, particularly for their daring optimism and unquenchable thirst for knowledge and trusting me that propelled our research together, which led to where I am today. And Professor Wei-Jian Yan at UC Davis ECE was such a great student and led me to where I am here today. And this award really belonged to all of them. And I want to finally thank my family. My husband, Gulam, of 37 years, also my classmate from Berkeley, for his unwavering support and friendship and all the positive as well as many, many, many negative feedback, which kept me grounded. And I want to thank my late parents and my siblings, particularly my brother, Joseph Chang, who is also a proud Aggie and civil engineer, and for their love and continued support, and for teaching me never to give up, despite of difficult circumstances, and starting as the slowest player in the field. And I want to thank you so much. I thank UC Davis for giving me this opportunity to transform myself. And I feel like a dwarf comparing to Mr. Child. I want to, by the way, I just retired from Berkeley to start my own company, a startup company. Thank you. And I really, you inspire me, and I really want to do more for my alma mater. And please let me know what I can do. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So we're honored to have Stephen McCord as part of this year's cohort of Distinguished Engineering Alumni Medal recipients. Stephen received his MS and PhD in Civil and Environmental Engineering at UC Davis, and he is now the president of McCord Environmental, Inc., and was named a certified lake professional by the North American Lake Management Society. Stephen has led the design and management of technically challenging water projects in rivers, lakes, wetlands, deltas, and bays, including mercury bioaccumulation, eutrophication, and drinking water quality throughout California, the United States, and internationally, including Australia, Canada, Haiti, and sub-Saharan Africa. So congratulations, Stephen.
All right, broke the 3-minute barrier, so I'm in good shape. So thanks everybody for being here. So 3 little parts. First, some thanks, and more than just thanking people, but with the names, like they do for the Oscars. So first, thanks Professor Jeannie Darby for asking really tough questions as a student. Where did you go? Yeah, thank you, in the back. Now you're doing like the students sitting in the back. So thanks for all your tough questions when I was a student, and for nominating me until the committee caved, apparently. So, and thanks to Professor Jeff Schladow, he's here as well somewhere. Where do you go? There on the other side, okay. For putting me up as your first PhD student many years ago now. Your patient listening and raised eyebrows and creative suggestions helped me through a lot of blockages in the research. So thanks for that. And thanks also to the one professor who's not here, Professor Charles Goldman. He told great entertaining stories, and I wanted to be an entertaining story in my life. So that was, and Jeff as well. He had a lot of great stories about exploding lakes in Africa, and I followed up on those. So it's more than just the textbooks. Thanks to the rest of the UC Davis faculty and staff for energizing me as a student and then engaging me in a role that I like, which is connecting academics to the professional world that I'm in. So I do a lot at UC Davis these days, living here. Thanks also to my former classmates and office mates. They were my treasured cohort of learners. That's a common theme I already noticed here. They fostered a very collegial environment. The sort of message you often hear in grad school is a cutthroat sort of thing, and there was none of that in Davis, and it benefited me as a student, gave me the patience and understanding to learn and that collegial atmosphere, and then since then as well, I still see a lot of my classmates and all around in the work world, so thanks for that. Thanks also to my parents who gave me great examples of education, sincerity, dedication, and selflessness. And thanks to my wife and daughter, neither of whom could be here tonight, for giving me the freedom to help others and to explore. And thanks to the Davis community, where I still live, or left and then came back, for providing endless opportunities for collaboration and service to the community. If I had to pick a specific day in my life that influenced me, it'd have to be July 21st, 1999. It was my birthday. I was finishing up school, my PhD. I took it with me, the dissertation, finished it there, and that was the day that it was turned in. So it was my birthday, and the part I'm tearing up about is my dad passed away on that day as well. So he would have been, he was very proud of me anyway, and came out for my master's graduation thing. So, I hold him dear in my heart and try to honor him and his legacy and all. So at the memorial celebration for him, I told the crowd that I see him in other people. So I try to do that still and be a serving member of the community and things like that. So thanks to him, and thanks for the community for giving me these opportunities. And then, so I'll leave with 3 little things, sort of images and messages. One is when I was in finishing high school, I worked at a beautiful summer camp in the mountains of North Carolina, and the camp had this place called Pretty Place, a fantastic, beautiful view overlooking a valley at a little chapel, and one morning the mayor of Greenville, South Carolina, where I grew up, gave a speech or whatever, a talk, and he said, "Do what you have to do, when you have to do it, the best you can do it, every time." And that stuck with me as finishing high school, starting college, and my sort of upper educational experience. So I say that all the time to myself. And the second one is more recent. We've hosted some various students in our homes, and one teacher from Japan came over with his students, and he gave me a print that I have up on my wall, and it says, "At the last moment of my life, I want to say there's nothing more I can do for others." So those things hold me. So thanks again for this very great honor. Thanks to my friends for being here and everyone else as well. Appreciate it.
Well, you can see the quality and sincerity and the impact that our alumni have on the world. And now we go to the number 4, the cleanup hitter. So our final honoree this evening is Prem Jain. Prem received his BS from the Birla Institute of Technology and Science in 1973 and his MS from UC Davis in 1977, both in electrical and computer engineering. He's been a prolific entrepreneur since graduation and is currently CEO of Pensando Systems. Prem is currently serving on the UC Davis Chancellor's Board of Advisors, the Department of Computer Science's Industrial Advisory Board, and previously served on the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering's Board of Advisors in the early 2000s. He's also recently received a Distinguished Achievement Award from the Cal Aggie Alumni Association, which honors a UC Davis graduate whose entire lifetime since graduation reflects exemplary and outstanding performance and achievements. So congratulations, Prem.
Thank you. I'm pleased and honored and humbled to accept the Distinguished Engineering Alumni Medal. A very special thanks to the UCD Engineering Department for selecting me, and an enormous salute to all this year's winner, each of whom have made incredible contributions. Thank you to those who supported my nomination, as well as my current leadership team at UC Davis. And of course, thanks to my wife, Sandhya, my son, Ankit, who is also Aggie, and my other son, Mohit, who is also there. He's from UC Berkeley. And my family and friends for always supporting me in pursuing my life passions. After completing my engineering degree in India, I came to UC Davis to do my master's in EE, computer science. David holds a special place in my heart. It's here where I first learned software programming. The interesting part was that I learned first quarter, and I was a TA the next quarter. It was amazing. It's not possible anywhere else. Really learned how to solve complex problems. In addition, I received hands-on. In India, when we go to the college, there was no IC, nothing was available. You had to borrow it once in a while. Here, when I came here, it was really totally surprise to me. Everything was available. I can put the circuits, design, digital, analog circuit design. It was invaluable experience. The practical experience I got it here compared to the theoretical, which I was in India. I have used all this skill set throughout my engineering career. I would not have where I am today without this critical education from UC Davis. Thank you to my amazing professors, faculty, my fellow students for always pushing me forward. After my graduation, I was working on taking the entrance exam for the PhD program. I was sitting in Professor Loomis's office where he got a call from the Career Center about the company called B&R, looking for someone with experience in microprocessors. Professor Loomis advised me that before doing a PhD, it'll be a great idea to get some industry experience and then come back and finish my degree. By the way, I want to really thank Leanne and Allison for arranging a Zoom call. It was a big surprise for me. I saw him after 44 years later. And he still recognized me. That's the amazing part. And I also recognized him. So that was really, really very touching. And this was a special day in my heart, because I will never forget that particular moment when I was talking to him. I was looking for him, and Professor Andre, where you are. I think he helped to find his, right there, find his connections, and we were able to connect today. I really, really, from bottom of my heart, thanks all of you to make this really possible. It's really touched my heart. So I want to also thank Professor Loomis for invaluable advice, and special thanks to the UC Davis Faculty Administration to give me the opportunity to obtain my master's in EE. Although I never did come back to finish my PhD, my educational experience at UCD had a huge influence in my career, and I'm forever grateful and thank you. I'm also very excited about the presidential chair, which I got the opportunity for innovation and entrepreneurship at UCD. It will help to pave the way for future leaders born out of UCD ecosystems. Professor Deepak, I think, is also here, right there. He's the chair for the this particular chair, and really working with him, and I think I like to make a really big impact, particularly for the younger generation who's coming out here and want to be an entrepreneur or start some startups or whatever it is. I'm committed to make that happen. Once again, thank you for giving me this Distinguished Engineering Medal. This prestigious medal means a lot to me, and I will certainly cherish it for all my life. Go Aggies.
So I'm going to go a little bit off script right now. I hope that's okay. Can the four of you please stand up one more time and face everybody else? I'm inspired by the four of them, their words, and I think we should all thank them for the huge spotlight that they've shined on our college and our university. And Claude, sorry. So congratulations again to all of our Distinguished Engineering Alumni Medal recipients. And before we formally conclude this evening, I'd like to offer a special thank you to all of our alumni and friends for attending this special event. We're so grateful that you decided to spend the evening with us, as UC Davis and the college has worked hard to keep our community very, very safe. And it's, as Chancellor May said, it's so wonderful to be back in person again and to be able to look in people's eyes in person. I also want to mention that these types of events don't just sort of magically happen. They involve a lot of hard work, from planning to contingency planning and setup. So if our, yes, would you please stand, Francesca Ross. And Francesca especially, and other staff members who make these kinds of events possible. And this has just been a wonderful event this evening, as other events have been in the 4.5 weeks I've been here. You guys are amazing. And I'll say that they're planning more events. So there are a lot of other exciting events coming up this year, both in person and virtually. And you can find the link to our upcoming events in tonight's program. So please join us in future events. Again, we appreciate your support of the UC Davis College of Engineering, and we hope to see you again very soon. Thank you, and bonne nuit.